honored to welcome for the inaugural speech by our senior leadership. I request to welcome with your huge round of applause, Niranjan sir அவர்களை மேடை கலைக்கிறோம். Come on everyone, put your hands together to welcome ever young and energetic Mr. Niranjan sir on the stage.
Thanks. Good morning. எல்லாம் A to B ல சாப்பிட்டு வந்திருக்கீங்க. Okay, so thanks MC Shruti and thanks for the leadership to give me an opportunity to speak. So I did a little bit of a crowdsourcing. So startup and intrapreneurship was something which was on the cards. So a very quick introduction about me. I come with about 20 years of experience and I started my career as a techie guy like you folks and then moved on to solutioning. More on the data center side of things, and then I started my own company. So I ran a company for about 11 years, then shut the company, and then I moved on to software. I was with the Salesforce ecosystem for about 3 years, and then moved to BCS. So that's a very brief of what I've done. But today, what I wanted to touch base was a couple of things which a rewarding experience. My journey has been a very rewarding experience for me, and I thought I will just share a couple of wisdom around entrepreneurship or maybe how effective people work, all successful people, how they basically work. And for the first time, I brought a piece of paper so that I don't miss out anything. So today, when I see you folks, I see that you guys have, you're all young, energetic. Of course, the leadership is like we have a lot of wisdom coming from the board. But point is, you guys have to grow in your career, and how successful people normally do it is in 3 stages. So first is where you have the dependence layer. The second layer is where it's the independence layer. The third layer is where you have the interdependence. So maybe I'll take a pause. I think there is some noise there. Okay. Thank you. So இந்த 3 லேயர்ல ஆக்சுவலா உங்களுக்கு மெயினா இங்க நிறைய பேர் ஆக்சுவலா the majority people you are on the dependence layer where your personal victory is more important. It's kind of a private victory. And then you move on to a public victory, and then you contribute to the society at large. You see any successful people in the career today, they all have grown in this particular ladder. So this is a snippet from a very famous book by Stephen Covey. So it's from Highly Effective Habits. So that's how it is. So the first habit that you guys have to have, there are about 7 habits. I don't want to bore you guys with everything, but I thought 2 important habits are very, very essential for all of you guys. So the first habit, what you have to inculcate with you is being very proactive at the dependence layer, which necessarily means to say, ungaloda velaiya neenga correct prioritize panningano.
So you have to be a lot proactive. So இது ஒரு 4 ஸ்டேஜா நம்ம பிரிக்கலாம். எல்லாரோட லைஃப்லயுமே உங்களோட மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் இந்த 4 குவாட்ரண்ட்ல ஈஸியா போயிடும். So how you need to lead your life is, there are certain things which is very urgent, very important. There are certain things which is very urgent, not.
This in simple terms, you guys spending a lot of time on WhatsApp, Insta and your Facebook and so on and so forth. Those are stupid stuff which is not at all urgent. You reply, you keep wasting time.
So that is another thing. And the last quadrant which is very important is not urgent, not important. That is where your relationship comes. Not urgent, not important. That is where your relationship comes. Basically, all your family relationships, you spend a lot of time with your family. So in this 4 quadrants, if you look at it, you spend most of your time in one of the very important quadrant, which is very important, not urgent. That's where your success rate goes very high. And the second most important habit for you all is, and what I have also understood in my long journey, my journey has been a very up and down journey. It has not been a very, very smooth journey. Coming from a Tier 2 city, came to Chennai. It's been a lot of ups and downs in my whole journey. So one of the things which I've seen is, this is a very important habit that you guys have to inculcate, which is you always look for win-win situations. You do not create situation where this is something like this. So if in case you are getting into a conversation, or even in your work on a day-to-day basis, if you are in a situation where you feel you are winning. Okay, it's working? Okay. So in your day-to-day life, if you look at it, if you are thinking you are winning, the other person is losing, there is no deal there. It's not a healthy relationship. If both the parties, I lose, you lose, nothing is there. Again, the relationship is going the other way around. I lose, you win, the same problem. So, in a nutshell, anything you do, keep one thing in mind. Be it contribution to an organization, be it contribution to your family. If you do not have a win-win situation in place, it's not going to be sustainable. Which necessarily means to say, and that brings to the end of my part, you guys are young and energetic, and here you have, from a startup world, like Vasu sir in one of his speech said, BCS is more like an institution. Having been in the industry for about 20 years, with all due respect to the founders, I can tell you, BCS is one place where I have seen all these win-win situations happening a lot. There is never a one-sided journey. In fact, all of you guys have to, I think you guys are blessed to be a part of BCS, which includes me as well. So use this opportunity, thrive here, and that's where entrepreneurship starts. And all your arkathon and all those things are important, provided these 7 habits. I have not gone into the depth of the 7 habits, but the 2 habits which I said, think over it. You guys should be able to be successful over that period of time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, respected Director Niranjan sir. Once again, round of applause கொடுத்துடலாம் for Niranjan sir. Professionally, personally, எப்படிலாம் நம்ம follow பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிற tips ரொம்பவே அழகா சொன்னீங்க உங்களுடைய வாய்ஸ்ல. Thank you so much. Next, I would like to welcome respected Subbu sir on the stage, please. With huge round of applause.
Hi guys. Good morning. Very happy to see you all. So I think I'm meeting a couple of you for the very first time. So pretty much excited. Today I think I'm going to speak about the BCS DNA. Yeah. So before I even go there, I want to compare the BCS DNA with biological DNA. So biologically, what we call it as a DNA is DNA carries unique genetic codes that are being passed from one generation to another generation within a family that predominantly defines who you are. Yeah. So in the same lines, within BCS DNA, so we have certain set of core characteristics that defines who we are as an organization. So that's what we call it as BCS DNA. I'm going to speak about these core capabilities that I want every one of us to inherit and pass it on to the next level. So the first and foremost important thing is don't stop at where you are. So we know that in this AI era, so technology might outrace us at any given point of time. So it is very much important for us to keep us updated. A classic example I can draw from our own Symphony. So Symphony was started as an technology specific automation platform where we were focusing on like system refresh or migration or OS patching. But now we are moving beyond that. We are transforming into business process automation. We are achieving it through Maestro, Replay, BGM. Yeah. So it is pretty much important for ourselves to upskill our area of technical area by which we stay within the game. So that's something I wanted to say. Moving on, it is not just the technological part, right? So we also need to expand our boundaries. So it is like, it is beyond technology.
So I know most of you or all of you have a specific capability.
So couple of you guys would be very good in creating content. So I know a few leaders who can initiate things, drive things. I know people who can coordinate well and who can deliver things at the right time. So it is something that is beyond the technical part. So I want you guys to be part of it as well. So we have so many events within BCS. So be part of that event where you can experience these skills as well as you can learn from the peers as well. So these two core characteristics ensures your own growth. Moving on from there, I would say that the next important characteristic is nurture ownership. So basically, I feel as an owner in whatever I do within BCS. So I consider it as my own responsibility. So I also want you guys to take that as. So I want every one of you to see what you do and you be the owner of what you are doing. For instance, you are the owner of the project. You are the owner of the feature you are developing, or you are the owner of the product that you are working for. So have that in your mind, which brings in the responsibility. So which can also makes you to think what you can contribute further and how you can improve things from there. So this is something which is important. The next is what I feel one of the most important characteristics. It is in terms of being a think tank of BCS. Yeah. So we need ideas that can make ourselves to rebuild or to innovate. Yeah. So an idea can be something that can redefine a process. It can be a simple idea that can make, for example, a regression cycle can run better. You can optimize it. Or it can be an idea that can turn into a feature within a product. Yeah, an example is like last year, Orcathon, we had sustainability, one of the idea that came in. Now it is we have that as part of Symphony's feature. So speak out, come out with an idea. It can be a very simple idea or it can be a great idea. It is beyond your role. It doesn't need to be a senior or junior. So you can participate, come out, please give ideas so that we can move forward, re-innovate ourselves. Yeah. Next is giving it or passing it to the next level. So now with these core characteristics in place, it is also important for us to identify our own clone. Yeah. So it is important you find or you identify the next person from the next layer, train them, help them in upscaling yourself so that they will be your own clone. So that makes us, all these three capabilities helps us to elevate within our team. So I think we have focused on our own growth and moving on to team. And the final part is aligning with the purpose. So every one of us for sure would know the purpose of the company. Yeah. So we all know that the main purpose of the company is